Thank you. Good afternoon. At Deloitte, we are increasingly venturing and supporting startups and young entrepreneurs that have bold visions and missions. In fact, we demoed at Finovate last year, and our platform drew considerable interest for its ability to liberate the financial audit from both cost and time, and also adding insights along the way into businesses. Through a very powerful convergence of technologies, Auvenir is setting out to transform the audit and assurance industry, a $1 billion industry globally. Through these new technologies, we can finally empower auditors and other risk assessors to do their jobs with greater efficiency and effectiveness. This is the embodiment of man and machine working together to create entirely new outcomes.
So the scrutiny that's provided by independent financial audits is one of the cornerstones to trust in capital markets. But the technology in this industry has evolved far too slowly in the past 20 years. These boxes here is the amount of data that an auditor may have to go through in order to be confident in the financial statements of just a small private company. A large audit could take up this entire stage. Now picture the auditor sitting in the back room of the client's office, manually sorting and reviewing piles, all this information. This is literally how it's done today. So what if there was a better system? One that automates mundane tasks that are prone to human error, uses all the information available rather than small samples, and leverages the latest in machine learning, big data, and blockchain to empower the auditor with a complete and clear picture of complex businesses. Today, we're proud to show you Auvenir, our smart, patent-pending system that improves the quality and efficiency of financial audits. We'll now show you how simple it is for a client to provide their documentation for the audit.
All right, so the first thing we'll want to do is enter the system. We use email authentication to log in because storing passwords on a server isn't secure. One really cool thing that we've done is we've been able to scrape the web automatically from the email that we use to sign in, and also when we sign up to pre-populate some of the data points that we require for the system. In the onboarding section, you can see that some of the information is already there. We also ask our clients to download a mobile app for more security to pair with the system, because we're asking for some very sensitive information. So this is the first engagement that I have. You could have more than one engagement on the platform right now, but my auditor has already set me up and pre-populated some of the information. So I can go into the engagement and see that there's a number of tasks that have already been completed. I can see my status, and I can see my auditor. I'm going to go into the audit now and start completing the remainder of the data points. First thing I will do is connect to my accounting software.
So by connecting to his QuickBooks account here, what John's doing is auto-populating a lot of the documentation that's required for the audit. Not only is he pulling in the financial information that we'll be checking later on, but also the basic business information he used in setting up the account. As that basic information is pulled in, we're cross-checking that against data publicly available.
So this data is pulled down in JSON format and added to our data points to check for completeness. You can also, at any point in time, edit the content blocks yourself. In the next section, financial information, you can also connect directly to your bank account or manually drag and drop documents. I'm going to demonstrate this by dragging in my bank statements from this fiscal year.
So as these statements are dropped into Auvenir, we're using OCR technology to extract the data, and then we're checking it to make sure it's complete. So we're doing 3 checks here. First of all, we're making sure that all the information is there. So we're making sure all the dates are present and the opening and closing balances of the statements match. Secondly, we're matching it to the accounting software and the data that we pulled in there. So we're checking against the general ledger and doing an automatic bank reconciliation. Finally, we're looking through the data using our machine learning and our proprietary algorithms to check for any unusual transactions that may be material in the statements there.
For the next section, we're going to connect to our documents store in the cloud or locally. We'll do locally for the demo. What we'll do here is we're going to scan folder systems to match the documents into our content blocks.
So as these documents are being pulled into Auvenir, the machine is automatically extracting the information and categorizing them according to their content, using named entity recognition and natural language processing. Therefore, it doesn't matter how disorganized or unique the company's file structure is, the documents are sorted into a standardized format. This data wrangling sets the foundation for our deep learning and automation that assists the auditor and financiers.
This is really exciting because the more documents we run through our system, our deep learning algorithms will get smarter and smarter, training the system. In the review section, you can see if there's anything missing and go ahead in to fix it.
So in this analysis section is where we're pulling out all the information that we were checking across the board. So this is where all the different documents that have been pulled in are being checked against each other, as well as being checked against independent third-party data such as banks and other sources.
We'll skip over the rest of the errors and go right into the summary section. Here you can download a zipped folder of all the data that's been uploaded to your system for the records, and you can also submit to your auditor. We've also built an API for developers to integrate into our platform with the purpose of having companies partner with us to add more value through deeper insights, automations, and additional services.
Awesome. So we've put so much energy into the front-end experience and making it as effortless as possible that it's easy for the users to forget that there's very serious technology underneath doing the heavy work. So from big data technology, it's managing and processing entire data sets instead of the samples that auditors are using today. Or it's machine learning that's automatically reading documents, processing those and checking those for anomalies against the accounting statements. So we've just shown you now just a glimpse of the full capabilities of the software. There's an entire auditor side of the experience that creates all kinds of smart capabilities for the auditor to execute the audit. So we'd love to show you more. If you come by our booth, we can take you through a demo and obviously take your feedback. Thank you very much.